think the team's doing just in terms of the losses mounting and the attitude and the locker room where guys are?
I mean, this is a National Football League. I mean, you get a chance every week to compete against another team. I feel like guys are excited. Guys are eager to, Falcons are a good team, and we got another chance to go out there and show the world what we can do. And I know I'm excited. Guys on offense are excited. So just another chance to go show the world what we can do.
What stands out with the Falcons this week?
They got a good defense. Safety Bates is pretty good. Those two edge rushers are good. But, I think it's a team that, I think we can get after them. And I hopefully we can get the run game going and have a chance to score some points against a good defense.
You had your first career touchdown. You had a big game a couple of years ago, kind of a coming-out party. What is it about the Falcons that has success for you?
No idea, honestly. I just it was my first touchdown, a couple of years ago in Atlanta. That was a special moment. First game with Kyler back, had a big game against them, 23. So I don't know what it is about the Falcons. Hopefully I can have another good game, but honestly, just want to win more than anything.
How much of a whirlwind has that been since then?
Yeah, it's been a lot different since then, but they're a good team. They always have a good plan. They got good guys on defense, so I'm going to have my work cut out for me. So no question about that.
Final home game too. Season. How important is that just to go out?
Yeah, just to finish the season the right way in front of the home fans, to get a win against a good Falcons team is important. Just to build onto next year, but more importantly, I think the fans deserve it. We need to show out and give them everything we have this week and get a win at home.
Jacoby mentioned he can hear defenses yelling out 85, 85, we got to step. How often do you hear that?
I hear it. I mean, they're right in front of me yelling, so I hear it too. But it's cool to know that I get that respect, whatever that means. But it's also challenging too, because they do a good job of slowing me down too.
Does it make you wonder, like, okay, what's next? Are you sort of wondering pre-snap? All right,
figure out what it means. Usually, if they try to line off me, I try to figure out what it means so I can try to do what they don't want me to do, whatever that may be. But they're smart. They know what they're doing, and most of the time I can't figure it out. So.
You showed up on Kyle Brandt's angry runs a few times recently. Is that always been like a staple of your game, even back to high school, where you kind of have like a defensive mentality when you have the ball in your hand? Yeah, I feel like I need to win one. I'm tired of showing up and not winning them every week. So hopefully I can win one of those scepters again. Those are pretty cool. But I was always taught to never get tackled by one person. Always make more than one person tackle you, and that's kind of the mentality I get when I have the ball in my hand. You can't get tackled by one person, so just try to finish going forward, get the most out of every catch and stretch as many yards as I can through every catch, and hopefully the ball keeps finding me.
The attitude on the team, and the losses are mounting, the struggles are mounting.
Yeah.
Giving up the many points as you had in the last 4 out of 6 games.
Yeah.
How's the attitude?
Attitude is we're here to compete at the end of the day. You can't get tied into what the record is, even though it's disappointing at this point. But you got to go week to week, just like if you were winning. You got to find a way to go week to week. You got to continue to find ways to get better. But at the end of the day, this locker room is still going to find ways to compete, still push each other in practice. The coaches are not backing down in any shape, form, or fashion. So we just got to find a way to continue to compete and keep chopping, and hopefully, things turn, the tide for us this week. And then we'll worry about what happens and what needs to occur the following week.
How difficult is it with so many new guys showing up in the offensive line week after week?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, but, I think, Fry and Cook have done a really good job of just finding ways to get everybody ready, whoever needs to be up, whether it's, somebody playing tackle, somebody playing guard, the muscle tight end stuff that we have going on. They've done a really good job of just making sure that we're prepared and prepped for when that opportunity may arise.
There's no excuses, obviously, in the NFL, but when you have as many injuries as you guys have sustained this year, does it feel like at a certain point, man, we can't keep swimming upstream?
That's everybody has injuries, so you can't use that as a crutch or an excuse. That's part of the National Football League. In the National Football League, there's a 100% injury rate. That's just the nature of this business. But you got to find ways to just maneuver and put things in place that allow you to be successful when your number's caught up on. So that's not something that we look to. It's a war of attrition. Every team, as you get into the wee weeks of the season, everybody's banged up, everybody's nicked up, and that's just the nature of this business.
What do you appreciate about John Gaines Falcons' game, and what do you like specifically? Obviously, you got more of a chance here the last few weeks.
I think he's all the preparation that he's been doing over the past, couple of years. Coming off the injuries that he's had. He had some hand stuff going on for a while, so all the little nicks and bruises that he's had over the last couple of years are really paying off because he's came in, he's knows where he needs to be when he needs to be there. I think having a center guard that's playing guard for us right now helps Yoda, so we're able to communicate in a much more efficient and fast manner. So I think having him inside really does help us just from a communication standpoint. But he got his shot, and anytime you get an opportunity, first impressions matter. And I think he's done a really good job with his first impressions.
You were obviously a 7th-round pick yourself who very much established yourself. What is your advice to guys like Josh and Demontre, and what does it take to go from being where they were on draft day to establishing yourself?
The thing is you got to make sure that your first impression counts at the end of the day. You never know when that opportunity is going to arise, and I think, last week both of those guys had an opportunity versus really good pass rushers, the #1 defense in the National Football League on the road, to be able to make a great first impression. I think both of them did a superb job.
What did they show you in that game?
At the end of the day, it's about competition. It's about competing. It's about fighting. And at the end of the day, both of those guys did what they needed to do, whether they were at the muscle position or they were in a tackle. So understanding mentally how you need to be prepared to be able to handle 2 positions in a game, but also being mentally prepared with the rotation that was going on in the game. So I think those guys handled it really well.
How nice would it be to get one at home this weekend?
It'd be amazing. But like I said, this week is what we're worried about, and this is what we're concerned about. So finding a way to be 1-0 this week is really the most important thing.